Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to cover for you how to play against e4 systems with black. After white plays e4, we are going to play e5, one of the main important moves playing with black. After knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, we are starting with the Italian game. We will play bishop c5. So after this move, white can play c3. It's a normal developing move. White tries to play d4 and controlling the central squares. But what we have to do, we have to attack back the opponent's center by playing knight f6. Okay, of course, white has two options to do here. One of them is to play in d3, not playing d4 immediately and making a development, and after that playing for d4 move, preparing the d4 option. But the other option is to play the d4 right immediately here. So I will start by playing the d4 here. I will tell you how to play against the d4 move. For the other variations, we will continue in our next parts. So after d4, we will take the d4 pawn. Here white has two options, pushing the pawn forward and to taking back the pawn on d4. Of course, taking back the pawn on d4 is the main option here. What we are going to do here, we are going to give him check. Otherwise, we will give the opponent chance of pushing his pawns forward and we will be in a big trouble. So after bishop b4 check, white has two options to block the check. One of them is knight c3, another one is bishop d2. We have the other options like knight b d2, but I want to make it simple for you, just tell you how to play simply against these systems. So I will start by playing the knight c3 move. It's one of the main variations like to play against like Italian system. Here what we are going to do, we are going to take on the e4 pawn, offering the white pawn sacrifice already on e4. I know it's a dangerous pawn, but because it's coming a central pawn, we are accepting this pawn. So what white has to do here, it's very important to know the best move for white here is to make a castling. And now we have to decide which piece to take the c3. We have two options to take with the knight or to take with the bishop. Remember one trap here. Don't take the c3 by knight. It's very, very bad move because after pawn take, bishop take, you're thinking that you are winning a pawn and attacking the rook, but you are wrong. Actually, in this position, white has a very important, brilliant resource here, queen b3, sacrificing the rook. And if you take the rook, of course we have to, because otherwise we will lose the bishop also for free. After taking the a1, now white is taking the f7 pawn. After king f8, now he's playing bishop g5, attacking the queen, and we don't have any good choice here just to play knight e7. He can take the a1 bishop also, but the important move for white is he's playing knight e5. What is the idea of knight e5? He's planning to checkmate us onto the f7 square. Let's see how it is happening. For example, if we take the d4 pawn, white is planning to put the bishop to g6. The idea is to play in queen f7 checkmate in the next move. So maybe the simple plan should be for us d5 to play in d5, but then white can play queen f3, and now check is coming and we have to stop this check by playing bishop f5. So we will take the f5 bishop, and after bishop b5 we have a very important discovered check here. So there is no other option except playing bishop f6. So we can take the f6, pawn f6, queen f6, and the next move, checkmate, is happening. So if we just understand this like opening, we will know that just taking the pawn on c3 with the knight is very, very dangerous for black. So what we have to do here, we have to take the c3 with the bishop. Of course, it's the main move for us. So after taking the c3 with the bishop, white cannot take back with the pawn, because then we can play d5 move and it will be very important move for us, and then we can develop our pieces easily. So the best move for white is not allowing us to play the d5 and white himself playing this move. So here we are facing a multiple problems here. Of course, we are a piece up, but the problem is our two pieces hanging and another white piece is joining the attack with playing rook e1. So we have to do something. Here in this position, black has two main moves to play. One of them is to just coming back, bringing the bishop back to f6. Another move is playing the knight e5. Actually, I like the second option, and I'm going to recommend for you to play the second option. So after knight e5, what's happening here? We are defending our knight, so he cannot take our knight because we will take it and easily we will have a very easy position to follow up. The best move for white is to take the c3, and now we are taking the c4 bishop. Of course, again, we are a piece up, but now white has a very important resource, queen d4, attacking both our knights. What we can do here? Defending our knights or just completing our development? So as you know, in the opening, completing the development is very, very important. I'm just suggesting you, like, it's very important here to play castling. Don't think about defending your knight here. Like playing knight d6, it's a very, very bad move actually. If you play this move, you will be in a big danger. For example, white can take on g7 pawn, and now your rook is under attack. Maybe you will think about that, okay, I can play queen f6 and my position can be defended. But no, it's not like that easy. Here, like a shocking move coming, white is even exchanging the queens. So after knight take, now he can play rook e1 check, king f8, and now bishop h6 check. It's very, very bad position coming for black. So king g8 is the only move. Now another important move for white, rook to e5. This move is a brilliant resource for white, planning to rook g5 checkmate, and on the other hand, white is planning to double up the rook and checkmating from e8 square too. So it's not only a one threat for black. So this position is completely losing. As you can see, all our pieces are totally in a very bad position, so I'm not recommending for you to save the knight here. What you should do, just make the castling here, and after making a castling, of course white has to take the knight, and central one could be the better option. What we will do here, we will just bring the knight back, queen f4 is the option, queen d3 is a very good choice. If white goes to queen f4, you can just try to bringing knight back and planning queen f6. This is one of the original ideas. So you can also plan rook e8 or rook e4 plans. So I will go for queen d3 option. It's one of the main lines here. Now we will play queen f6. We have to bring our queen out, just planning some queen g6, trading the queens, because already you can see that here we are completely pawn up, but little our position is little cramped here. If we just succeeding on developing our bishop and knight, then the position will be easily can be very good for us. So what's happening here after queen f6? Our plan here is just playing b6 and bishop b7. So white can play bishop g5 here. The another idea is, so he is planning to put the bishop on e7 somehow if he gets the chance. Of course, we are going for queen exchange. If queen trade happens, and now g4 is there. So it's very important to know that you should not come back with the knight to d6. If you come there, again, we will be in a big trouble. I will show you how. After knight d6, bishop e7, rook e8, bishop d6, pawn d6, just look at to this position. This position is very, very bad. White can play knight d4, knight b5, knight f5. So many good threats are here. So he can play for so many things here. And our bishop is totally locked in. So what I'm suggesting to you here, you have a very important resource in your hands. Play f6, stop the opponent's bishop e7 threat. So what's happening now? He has to go for bishop f4, attacking our c7 pawn. But it's okay, you can come back to e7. And if he takes your pawn, you're ready to take it. And if he defends the pawn on d5, you will be playing d6, and your all problems will be solved. So this is the basic introduction for the one of the main lines of the Italian system. Here, after bishop b4 check, we saw that what will happen if white tries to play knight c3 move. And instead of knight c3, if white plays bishop d2, then our plans can become very, very simple. actually the old main lines suggesting us just to take on d2 simply and then play d5. It's one of the main lines, and I'm not saying it's bad actually, but there is another discovered move recently is playing too many in a like high level games also. It's a knight e4 move. It's a very interesting move and giving a black lot of good chances. So again, we are a pawn up. So white has to do something. Otherwise, he will be in a big trouble. So what white is playing here, bishop takes b4, knight takes b4. And now he's getting his pawn back by sacrificing on f7. So we are not worried about this one. We will take with the king, queen b3 check. It's a double attack. Of course, we have to defend this. We have a d5 move here. It's one of the main moves, but I'm recommending for you to play king f8. The reason for this will be obvious in your next move. After queen takes b4, now you have a very important move, queen e7, and forcing the queen exchange. Otherwise, you have a very important discover check here. So he has to exchange the queens here, and after castling, he can come back with knight f6. There was a pin there, rook e1, so I'm just playing knight f6 to defending my knight here. So after rook e1, king d8, after knight c3, we are going to play d6 here. Don't worry about this knight g5 traps coming for f7 check, because easily we can play rook f8 and defending all the options. And now I'm ready to develop my pieces like h6, bishop d7, and rook e8, exchanging one pair of rooks, or I can play c6, king c7. This position is considered even better for black as a practical point of view, because white has a very bad pawn on d4, so you can plan for more things to play in this opening. So I'm just coming back slowly. This is the quick repertoire for you just to understand how you have to play against this opening system. Okay, I will tell you another idea. Instead of pawn takes d4, we already covered the pawn takes d4. There is another option for white here, playing e5. Already, it's also one of the important moves, and you have to know how to play against this move. You cannot move the knight because white will capture back the d4 pawn and will have a very easy game to follow up. What we are going to do is a brilliant counter-attacking move on the center, d5. So if we take the f6, I will be very happy to take the c4, and I'm doing very good controlling the center. Don't worry about your king side pawns, like you can play rook g8 and then develop your pieces and castle on the queen side. But what if white tries to place bishop b5? So now e4 square is like we have access to go there easily. So pawn takes d4, we can come back bishop b6, knight c3, we will go just simple castling. And I'm going to tell you how to play this kind of positions, guys. Just your plan is to play bishop g4, attack the knight, and already you're attacking the pawn center, and your plan is to play f6, open up the f5 for the rook and bringing the queen to the game. And don't forget how to defend your d5 pawn. You can put your knight to e7, and just later on you can play c6 and make your center completely solid, and you will be ready for continuing in a very nice like way to follow up in the position. So what will happen here? Is there any other options? I don't think so. It's one of the nice and easiest ways like to play against the c3. So if our opponent doesn't try like to play with c3 and he starts with the other moves, like he plays d3 move, what we are going to do here? So our main move should be knight f6, and if white makes a castling, and here we are going to play d6. A very important move, guys. Remember, don't go castling early in the opening. I will tell you why. The reason is very important. So after d6, one of the important moves for white can be developing the bishop to g5, making a pin into our knight. So from here onward, I'm following up one of the important classic games happened in one important game. Okay, white is a little unknown player, but black is very famous player, Chigorin. So we are going to see this game how black played against this system with black and half he's going to face with this pin. So as you can see, we didn't castle here. Chigorin choose the h6 move. And after bishop h4, usually when you are making a castling, playing a g5 move is very dangerous for you because you are making your king side completely weakened. But as you didn't castle yet, so now g5 move makes a sense. And maybe in the future, you are not willing to castle king side. You can go to queen side castling too. Let's see what's happening. So after bishop g3, and here black made a very, very nice move for my opinion, but maybe according to the engine, it's not a right choice. But even though I'm thinking finding the right moves will be very, very difficult, guys. Okay, but anyway, if you want to know what is the best move here for black, you will choose the bishop g4 and already black doing well here. But what Chigorin did here, he pushed the h5 pawn. What is this move doing? Already after the opening, so you can see he is well developed, starting attack onto the king side. So we are offering this g5 pawn. What's happening? He pushed the h4 pawn. After knight takes f7, it's a very important fork here. He is not caring about this fork. He is taking on g3. And after knight d8, we lost the queen. It doesn't matter. Black played bishop g4, attacking the white queen. So after queen d2, another very important move from Chigorin, even though he is not taking the knight on d8. Knight d4, guys. So he's chasing the white king and planning a very important mating attack here. And now white made a final mistake, a very bad mistake here, developing the knight. Maybe it's looking like a normal move, but actually it's a very bad mistake. And now here it's coming a very nice shot. You can pause the video, find for yourself. Yes, knight f3 shot. You have to take it, otherwise rook h2 checkmate is coming. Pawn f3, bishop f3. What you want to do here? My plan is take on h2 checkmate. You have only one choice here, and next move rook h1 checkmate is coming. This final position really deserves another diagram to see, and we are going to see how black made this position happens with the queen down, made a brilliant game happening. Okay, guys, we are reaching our final part of this video. So I will try to make a new parts for you in the Italian game, and also covering the other openings also as well, how to play against the other openings against the e4, e5, like if white tries and other systems too. So we will just do another videos for this part, and I will try to analyze all the lines for you so you can easily try e4, e5 with black, and just share with me your thoughts and your games if you are playing in this system, so we can just do a lot of good educational videos together. Thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe our channel. See you in our next videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.